I want you to imagine something for a second. You spend 4, maybe 5, maybe even 7 years of your life chasing one thing. A degree, late nights, exams, stress, sacrifices. You tell yourself it will all make sense at the end. Because everyone says the same thing. Just get the degree and everything will be fine. But now it's 2026 and something feels off. Because some people with degrees are struggling to find jobs, while others with no degree at all are making more money than doctors, engineers, even their lecturers. So the question becomes uncomfortable. Not just, is a degree useful, but something deeper. Did we believe in something that no longer works the way it used to? Let's go back, not to 2026, but to the beginning, when you were younger. There was a script everyone followed. Go to school, pass your exams, get into university, get a degree, get a job, build your life. Simple, clean, predictable, and honestly, comforting. Because nobody likes uncertainty. A degree wasn't just education, it was hope. It was proof that if you followed the rules, life would reward you. Parents believed it, teachers repeated it, society protected it like a law. And for a long time, it worked. But here's the thing nobody told you. That system was built for a different world. A world where companies hired fewer people, competition was lower, information wasn't everywhere, and skills weren't instantly accessible. But that world doesn't exist anymore. At first, nobody noticed. It was small things. Graduates applying for hundreds of jobs. No response. People finishing university and going back home to figure things out. Degrees that once felt powerful now just look like paper. But the most confusing part, it wasn't that people stopped trying. It's that people started succeeding without following the rules. A 20-year-old learning online skills, making money remotely. A creator building an audience from a phone. Someone using AI tools to automate work that used to require a team. And suddenly, the question changed. It was no longer, do you have a degree? It became, what can you actually do? And that shift changed everything. Because for the first time, the certificate mattered less than the skill. And that's where confusion began. Because if the rules changed, what does that mean for the years already spent following them? Let's be honest for a moment. This is where it gets uncomfortable. You can find people who spent 4 to 6 years in university struggling to find direction. And you can also find people who never finished school, building income streams online. Not always, not everywhere, but enough to make people question things. And that creates tension. Because we were told one path leads to success, but reality shows multiple paths exist now. And not all of them require the same sacrifice. So now people are stuck in the middle. Students wondering, did I waste my time? Parents wondering, did we give the wrong advice? Graduates wondering, what do I do now? But here's the truth most people avoid saying out loud. The degree didn't lose value. The monopoly on success did. And then something else happened. AI entered the picture. And it didn't just change tools, it changed speed. Tasks that used to take hours now take minutes. Skills that used to require degrees now can be learned online. Entire workflows can be automated. And suddenly, the gap between qualified and skilled became visible. Because AI doesn't care about your certificate, it cares about output. And that's where things become even more complicated. Because now, even traditional paths are being disrupted. Jobs are changing, industries are shifting, entry-level roles are shrinking. And people are asking, if AI can do this, what exactly am I preparing for? But here's the part nobody wants to admit. This isn't the first time the world has changed. It's just the fastest. Let's slow down for a second, because this is where the real conflict lives. A degree is not just about money. It's about identity. It's about pride. It's about telling your family, I made it. It's about years of effort that you can't just erase. That's why this question feels painful. Because it's not just logical, it's emotional. So when people say, a degree is useless now, it doesn't just sound like an opinion. It sounds like disrespect to years of sacrifice. But the truth is more complicated, because a degree still matters in many fields. Medicine, engineering, law, academia. You cannot replace structure in every area. But what has changed is this. A degree is no longer a guarantee. It is an option, not a finish line. So where does that leave us in 2026? Confused? Maybe. But also more free than ever. Because for the first time in history, there is no single path anymore. You can go to university, or you can build skills online, or you can combine both, or you can start something entirely new using tools like AI. The world is no longer one road. It is many roads happening at the same time. And maybe the real problem was never the degree itself. Maybe it was believing that one path should define everyone's future. Because in reality, success was never one size fits all. So when people ask, is a college degree still worth it in 2026? The real answer might be this. It depends on what you want to build. It depends on how you want to learn. And it depends on how fast the world around you is changing. Because in 2026, it's no longer about choosing between education or no education. It's about choosing between adaptation or stagnation. And the people who understand that will never be stuck in one definition of success again.